What's up, everybody? It's time for the next part in the list of disc golf courses from the trips, or as I like to call it, the trip list, because that's shorter, so that's why I like to call it that. Then the video can be shorter, so speaking of making the shorter video, let's get to it. Alright, I think we're on numbers 36 through something for this edition. 36. I hope it's 36. Sedgley Woods. It's just a janky little course in Philadelphia. And it wasn't bad at spots. It was never good. It would honestly be last, but it was the first course on the East Coast according to most people. There is an argument out there, but either way, it's first course on the East Coast. And it was made by Steady Ed. And so it had some history there, which made that part pretty cool. And plus, it had like a spider. Big old spider. That was cool. I don't know. That's all I remember either way. Number 35. Man, number 35 was this sweet little course down in Mississippi or Alabama. I'm terrible at remembering these things. But Doug could tell you, I'm sure. Either way, pretty sweet little course, but crowded. And the biggest thing is, it's got the name Fire Ant Hills. Now, if you search that, you're not going to find it, but if you search Civitan Park, you will find Fire Ant Hills. And if you go there, you will find a plethora of Fire Ant Hills. But, more than that, at one point, I set my bag down in one of the Fire Ant Hills. I did not know this. I'm walking down the fairway. Fire ant, whatever. Get bit by them all the time. Moments later, fire ant. So, I then realized my whole back's on fire. And so I take the bag off, get all cleaned up, put the bag back on. It was in that moment I realized that meshing in the bag is supposed to keep you cool. That sucks for fire ants. Or maybe they really like it. It's probably great for them. But it sucks for you if you're playing Fire Ant Hills. So Fire Ant Hills, number 34. Waters No Thornies. That's in New York City. And it's not actually in the city, but it is in New York. And I do recall playing some frisbee beforehand, a little catch, and I'm pretty sure Dutt and I are still owed money from Rob, Josh, and Thorny. At some point they got to pay up for losing the catch game because they didn't participate. Anywho, course started out pretty bad. It was kind of trashy. And then Thorny left. And after that point, whoo, smooth sailing. And that's actually true. The first few holes sucked. Thorny said he was tired of that. He packed up his disc golf bag and went to the van. And then the course ended up being fantastic. Not really fantastic, but it is not bottom of the list, which is where I would have had it after the first couple of holes. But as we came around the bend, and there was one little island hole that I really enjoyed, even though I'm pretty sure I went out of bounds. I think I saved par with a jump putt, actually. Maybe that's why I enjoyed it. Either way, good times at New York's Waters No Thornies. Number 33, Cedar Hill. That's in Tennessee. It was a day trip. It was fun. Me, Dutt, and Rob. And the course is good. It was on a tournament that was at least good enough. I can't remember if it was Tennessee States or whatever, but it was good enough to be on one of the broadcasting YouTube channels that do disc golf. So they hold some big tournaments there. I remember it being a pretty good course, but man, it ended with a thud. I don't know if I was just tired, part of it, but also it got hot. That's not the course's fault. I lost my disc that my daughter drew on. Yeah, I don't like rough. I already said that before, and that junk sucks. Like, not like the rough is fine, but not when it's just weed, briars, nonsense. And I threw into that, and it was a few holes of that stuff. I didn't really pay for it until that time. And I would say it's a good course. I would have even said that 33 is probably too low even for a list of really good courses. except for the fact that I just had to look the course up. I saw Cedar Hill. I didn't know what it was. Ain't nobody know you. And if ain't nobody knows you, number 33. And there you go. Numbers 36 through 33. As if you follow Dut's rankings down there at the bottom, you'll see we got most of our stuff fairly close on the bottoms, except for the fact that he had Fire Ant Hills number 20, probably because he didn't fit his bag in some fire ants. And he clearly enjoyed not playing with Thorny more than I did at 2 Waters No Thornies. So he had that way up the list as well. Otherwise, pretty close. See you right back here next time for the rest of the installments of... Pause for dramatic effect. Pause because I forgot the name. Still pausing because I had a car behind me and I was doing 12, literally. I don't know the name. Disc listing. Disc trip. Trip listing. Yeah. Yay.
Yeah, that took a lot though.
Ooh,
That's over.
Good job,
That's parked.
Thorn. Good job. Nice.